Neptune in Aries, how it impacts your personality and life. When one has Neptune in Aries in their natal chart, you can expect immense creativity from their side. These natives have boundless energy to put forward, as well as the necessary inspiration to help turn all that potential into raw creations of pure utility. They never hesitate and are not afraid at all to start new projects, to come up with new ideas, and present them to the whole world. However, some situations that appear to look as opportunities, for them, if rushed into, could lead to great disappointments. Neptune in Aries in a nutshell. Style: impulsive and energetic. Top qualities: soul-searching, resilient, generous. Challenges: insensitive, stubborn and arrogant. Advice: be mindful of how others interpret you. Celebrities: Mahatma Gandhi, Marie Curie, Gustav Klimt, Maria Montessori. Personality traits: the Arian's fiery nature doesn't end up in a harmonious relationship with the cold and calculated aura that Neptune exudes. This could translate in practice with natives who have Neptune in Aries exhibiting a contradictory nature. Impetuousness gets replaced with patience, spontaneity with caution. The explosive temper turns to the rational and calculated approach that we see in successful people. This influence comes at the expense, for this native's inner ego being turned on its head, taken apart limb by limb, and transformed into a shadow of its former self, quite possibly a more developed variant of himself. These natives are very deeply attracted to religious matters, and the philosophy inherent in every religious theory resonates with their souls on a deeper level. They may be trying to convince other people of the truth of a certain religion and spread it around the world. They are spiritual in this sense, but they may not necessarily have faith in a traditional religion. The Neptunian Arians tend to attract a lot of attention with these otherworldly instincts of theirs. Their inventiveness is unparalleled, and so is their determination to capitalize on this strength. They make plans, wild ones of fact, that no one would believe stand a chance at taking form, but they don't care about how many odds are stacked against them. It would have been way worse if they didn't even try in the first place. Moreover, these natives are innovators, breakers of old traditions, the harbingers of the new ways. The future holds no mysteries for them, and they're the ones bringing unusual ideas to the table. Combative and with the souls of ancient warriors, they take it upon themselves to fight for what they believe is right, with unending energy. Neptune is in direct connection to the supernatural strata of the world. It incentivizes its natives to look beyond the veil, to see the world for what it truly is, made up of countless planes, spiritual ones, magical ones. Natives with Neptune in Aries are very religious, and have firm beliefs that there are forces out there that go way beyond the understanding of mere humans. They are very emotional, to begin with, and don't approve of the strict rational limits that some people fill the world with. These only serve to blind one from seeing the truth, from tapping into the forgotten powers that are hidden out there. Neptune is what's called a slow planet, meaning that it has a more diluted influence on the Aries. It doesn't cause mind-blowing changes to occur within natives who are born with this transit. This means that perspectives are changed bit by bit, rather than overnight, and the intuition of Neptune Ariases grows exponentially. They become less egocentric and individualistic, instead, putting more emphasis on a collective understanding of their environment, acknowledging that there's more than meets the eye, much more. The positives. Neptunian Aries natives are exceptional when it comes to dealing with tough situations. They never hesitate, if a decision must be made, and usually have great ideas that comply perfectly with the situation at hand. They may be impetuous at times, even aggressive when others don't agree with their decision, but more often than not, everything quickly calms down before long, and they can act as they see fit, with a better future in mind. What matters is that they manage to concentrate on the task at hand, and not get distracted by other extraneous interests. This, of course, when they are really invested in a situation. The negatives. The problem with focus of natives with Neptune in Aries is like this: not only do they find it hard to calmly plan things out, but sometimes, they even forget about certain aspects, let alone paying attention to the little details. They leave them out altogether, instead concentrating on the bigger picture, but it's a fact that these insignificant aspects are sometimes the key elements of the whole strategy, and leaving them out will lead to disaster. Offering advice during this period of time doesn't seem to work either, because they're very certain about the way they plan things out. How could they be wrong? Intuition plays out a major role in this process, and we all know that Neptune fiddles with it constantly, feeding it with boundless transcendent energy. Remember that it's not a good idea to stand against them, when they are so convinced of their own righteous ideals. The Neptune in Aries man. This man is very childlike, and his playfulness extends deeply into his character. He might want to hold your hand while walking down the street, he may even want to buy you a stuffed bear, which he'll then play with at his discretion, but this is his nature, and there's no changing it. It doesn't mean that when a serious situation appears, the man with Neptune in Aries will behave in the same way, running away without any sort of responsibility sense. Quite the contrary, actually, they can be very serious when it comes to solving a problem, and they'll put their whole attention toward any issue. They may get annoyed from time to time, seemingly out of nowhere, but it's just a fading fire that doesn't cause too much damage. If their partner truly loves them, they'll manage to get over this, and understand that they too have issues to deal with. The Neptune in Aries woman. It's clear that the planet Neptune has a great influence on the emotional status of this lady. On the other hand, the fiery Aries helps her become equally concentrated on individual development, and to combine this with down-to-earth pragmatism. The woman with Neptune in Aries will have a think before she invests her energy into anything, and will wish to have the support of those close. They have learned to love themselves more than anyone else, and this force turned toward oneself works wonders overall. Now, a relationship with this lady is much more likely to be successful, because they can fully concentrate on it, without having personal problems blocking their path. In this sense, we can only praise the woman with Neptune in Aries for the beneficial choices she tends to go for, concentrating on the good things that life has to offer. On the other side, however, we are also looking at a personality that can be marred by anxiety and uncertainty, usually feelings that are kept well hidden, away from anyone's eyes. With time, however, she will also gain enough experience to fill these blank spaces, and this will happen especially when she'll meet that special someone, and will get into a serious relationship.